Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So I want to show you my makeup for fall or winter. So I've just been, using less makeup during this time because, for some reason the skin is just so dry and stuff like that. So I'm just here. I want to show you what I use, and I already applied my moisturizer, which is the Ultra Facial from Kiehl's. It looks like a big bottle because I got a big bottle, so it looks like this. So I already apply that, and then before I apply my makeup, I want to use the Mario Badisco facial spray. So that way, since I'm dry, I want to hydrate my skin as much as possible. Yes, I just woke up as well. And then while I'm on that, I like to massage my skin while preparing for the makeup. So this is the best time to do your massaging. I would call it like a facial. And not only your face, but also your neck as well. And then the moisturizer. This is a really good moisturizer, the Kiehl's, because it's just like all day it stays on your face and it gives you the moisture that you need, especially if you are dry. Even an oily person can probably use that because it's just so good. It gives you a little glow like right now. So normally I don't like to use a primer when I know that my moisturizer is still feel tacky like that. So I'm just gonna apply the Neutrogena Skin Clearing foundation that looks like this. This is in the shade Natural Beige. So I'm just gonna apply this in my forehead right here and in my T-zone because I am prone to pimples and stuff like that, like around this area and here and around on the outside of right here on my cheeks. I don't like to put this foundation because it's very drying, and so I'm just gonna dab this around. I'm just gonna put a little bit, not that much, because I don't need much. This is a really good foundation, and if you have like, if you have like lots of blemish on your face, like if you have a pimple and stuff like that, this has salicylic acid, so it's really good. Just like that. And keep in mind, this foundation is really drying, so I'm combo, so sometimes I don't like this, sometimes I do, but I really just want to make sure that, this area right here, I like to just, I don't know, keep it, just to make sure that blemishes and pimple won't grow in this section. And I do a little bit, put it in my lid area because this will stay, by the way. It's a good foundation. I just got a little I wish I gotten a little bit darker shade, but this is good. And then just gonna blend it. I'm blending it like that. As you guys can see, it did give me a little bit coverage already, and if you're a normal person, this is probably a makeup good for everyday makeup right here. And so I still have a little bit, but I'm not gonna use that anymore. So let's go move forward with the next step. Okay, see, it is very dry, so it really did dry right away. The tackiness is gone. So my next step for my routine every day now is to mix foundation, which is the Makeup Forever and the L'Oreal. This is called the Pro Glow, Infallible Pro Glow. I don't use that much of this, and I shake it first. So I basically blend them together, and I'm just gonna do a little pump of this Makeup Forever, and then I do the L'Oreal. That way I'll get glowy skin, especially these days. I mean, especially winter is really drying on your skin. Coffee. Okay, so I am going to apply this with the same brush. You can really, and then I mix that together, and then I apply the foundation, this foundation, on the outside of my face, not on the inside where I put the Neutrogena foundation. I want this section of my face to glow, and then right there on the side of my forehead and a little bit of my nose, and like right here. And then I take it down to my neck. I don't add too much foundation to my neck, just a little bit to, match it. So you guys can see it is not that much of a foundation because I don't use that much foundation these days. I just use a little bit of it. It's a really weird combination, but it works for me these days. After I, did this routine like this, it literally, my skin is not breaking out that much. So I'm just blending the foundation. Although this foundation is, especially the L'Oreal one, it is kind of tacky a little bit. So as you guys can see, the outside of my face is really glowing. Yes, right? So that way, it still looks like a regular skin, kind of like you can still see your skin. I can still see my skin, which is good. Next step would be to do concealer, and first I apply a color correcting, which is the Naked from Urban Decay Naked Skin. This is a color correcting concealer, color correcting fluid, which also illuminates. It says the shade would be the peach color, as you can see. So I'm just going to apply right here a little bit where I have a really dark circle, and then I just cover that up. Yep, I use whatever I have on the wand, so I don't need any more because that's a lot. So while that's drying, I am going to do my brows while that's drying. And lately I have been using the Becca thing for my brows, Becca pomade, with this two things on the side. This is the highlighter, which I don't really I don't care for. So I use this side, which is the darkest color that they have, which is the mocha, which is a little bit too brown for me, but it works alright lately. So while the color correcting is drying, I'm just gonna let it dry. That way it can blend better on my skin, and I can get more coverage out of it rather than having to blend it fast, because it's just going to go to my sponge and not on my skin. So So it's all dry now, and I'm going to blend that, which is perfect. See, it just stays there and you won't waste any product. I don't have to blend that much because it just pretty much doesn't move that much, which is, I mean, it moves a little bit, which is what you want, because you really want that color correcting to settle, and then you apply your concealer. See? You don't have to do extra hard work on it. And the next step would be, I did my brows off cam because you guys don't need to see it. Okay, the next would be a bronzer. And I'm going to use the Chanel bronzer. This is a really good bronzer because it's just so light and it lasts all day, like all day on your face. So I am going to use a stipple brush for this, and I'm just going to swirl it like that. It looks really, really light. It looks like, you know, could be my foundation, but it works. I'm just gonna apply this a little bit outside my skin. I mean, on my cheekbone. See the difference? Probably not, but it smells so good too. So I'm just gonna apply it that way. I get a little glow. I don't even use bronzer, powder bronzer. I just use this and then I'm good to go. Sometimes I just like use this, period. And then, you know, like when you're on a hurry, then I'm going to apply this in my nose. Kind of like a contour of my nose. And then I apply this a little bit in here. Just gives you a little glow, and also kind of like I take it to the apples of my cheeks a little bit. I can actually go just like this, and you know, will be good for business. I don't like to apply this bronzer after I put the powder for some reason, because it is a cream product, so you want to be able to put that first and then your powder. God, it looks so much alive. Alright, and now I'm going to apply my concealer. All cream first before you set it with a powder. Okay, so the concealer that I use mainly almost every day is the Bare Minerals Bare Skin. That looks like this. This is in the shade medium. So I'm just gonna apply this right in the corner and then take it to the outside. Then I managed to do it like that, and then I'm just gonna let it sit. Just concealer is setting. I'm going to do my liner, and I'm going to use the TWC, which is from NYX. This is actually a dual in. The other one is the crayon kohl, and on the other side you got your felt tip right here. So what should I use? I'm gonna use the kohl. I'm gonna tight line, that way, you know, like it's not obvious. So we're gonna do that. I'm just gonna tight line. Okay, it looks good. I look like I have lashes. Alright. And I don't normally use shadow every day, so I just do this. Make sure that By the way, guys, this powder right here from Maybelline, I also use this for everyday, and this is also good for people who has pimples because this one has salicylic acid in it. I've been using that almost every day, and oh my gosh, my skin looks so good. Like it doesn't, you know, like break out that much anymore. I really love it. I love everything that has salicylic acid in it because it kind of prevents you from having a you know, pimple. If you're gonna do some sort of a makeup, you might as well do stuff like this because, you know, you want to take care of your skin. Sometimes, you know, adding too much makeup, you know, could be, you know, like could add on to the problem. So now I'm going to blend that. And see that? It has a really good coverage, but if you don't color correct, then this is kind of like a light concealer. And then I take it to my brow bone, little bit on my lid, just to match everything. The powder that I use lately is the Urban Decay. This is the powder called the Skin. Looks like this. This is the Naked Skin Urban Decay powder, and I'm in the shade Medium Light. So this is a really good powder because it lasts all day and it looks like your skin. So it looks like this. Okay, I'm just gonna apply this for the concealer area first. I don't like to, I mean, sometimes I use a loose, just not been using loose powder because it's just so drying. A little bit on my forehead just to set the foundation. A little bit of my neck. So you guys can see it still looks like a skin. And that's all I need. I don't need that much. Okay. Just blending. Make sure that everything is covered. Looks good. So the next step for my everyday makeup would be a blush because we cannot go out the door without a blush. Well, although I can look like this, I can actually go out the door looking like this without anything else. Like this is fine. The bronzer actually, you know, just gives me a little glow. I don't really need too much, but we're extra. So I'm gonna use the Makeup Revolution, the one blush stick that looks like this, in the color, kind of like a pink color. So it looks like that. It's really pretty. What I do is I basically just, you know, swirl my finger around it, and I apply this on my cheek, just like this. You guys can see, just a really light blush because I really don't want to be obvious when it comes to makeup, especially for everyday. So I'm just adding this in the apples of my cheeks basically. I'm just, okay, just tapping it out there. I mean in my apples of my cheeks. See how light that is? My lightning is total. See how I'm blushing? But it's not so obvious blushing. It's very, very pink right now. I'm just trying to show it on the camera because doesn't show because my lighting. See that difference? So this is cream, by the way, so I don't contour with blush, but if I don't have a bronzer, I totally would. Yeah. Okay, looking good. This is a really good blush, by the way. It lasts for a really good time. Sometimes, you know, like if I set my makeup good, it lasts for a bit longer than I expected. And then a little bit on my nose, whatever that's left on my finger, I light it. Yes! Okay. Ain't got no time to play around. I got stuff to do. Alright, the next thing would be to apply. I don't normally apply highlighter, but for the sake of this video, we cannot live without highlighter. I am going to use a little bit of highlighter, which is I use this powder right here, which is the 3 powders from Hourglass, and I use the middle one. Sometimes I just use the powder one right here just to give me a little glow, and not that much, but just a little glow. I actually this is what I'm gonna do. I mean, this is what I normally do. I would you know, blend this together, the highlighter and the powder, the strobe powder, because the middle one is really like very shimmery. So I'm just gonna apply this a little bit on my cheekbone. You guys, using a highlighter is really not good for your skin, and that's the reason why I don't use him that much anymore, because I noticed that that was the main reason why I got really bad skin. Like pimples are popping everywhere, and you know, just weird stuff on my skin. So there. Apply a little bit on my lid just to give it a little glow. If you want to learn how to do simple makeup for real makeup, and not just, you know, like YouTube makeup these days that everybody are using, that is not, you know, that is not the makeup you're supposed to wear for every day. But do you, girl? I'm just trying to say that I can, you know, pretty much, you know, tell you how to do a simple and everyday makeup just like now. Alright, so the next step would be to apply mascara. I don't even use mascara that much, but you know, sometimes if I don't forget about it, I use it. So I'm just gonna curl my lashes. I don't use shadows, so forget about that. If I add shadow, then it'll just be really obvious that I'm using a makeup. So I don't use it. But if I do, it'd be like one color, which is more of like a little skin tone color shadow. Alright, so, and I'm just gonna use the Dior Iconic sample mascara. I don't like to add too much on my lashes, so just enough to make it curly. forgot to set my brows. Okay, I want to use the Rimmel Brow This Way. This is a, what do you call this? Gel, brow gel. And this is in the shade is this? I don't know what the shade, but this is a hair lighter than my brows, and I like to set my brows with this because for some reason it kind of, you know, gives it a little different color than black, so it looks fuller. Alright, and now for the final touch would be a lipstick. I like to use red lipstick, and this is from Laura Mercier. This is a really cute lipstick, and I love red lipstick on the winter or fall because, you know, it's just very season color. And that's all I do. And then I spread it. And this is matte lipstick, so it looks really sophisticated. Sometimes I don't even, like, I don't do a lot of makeup, but, you know, red lipstick will just get you there. Like, do minimal and then red lipstick. That's all you need. Yes. And then what I do is I just take out a little bit of it in. And now we are going to set the whole thing with Urban Decay all-nighter. I love this thing. It literally makes your makeup stay all day. Then we fan it around. That way it all melts together. Even the blush is, you know, melting on my skin, so it looks like my own flush. Right? And this is my comfort zone makeup every day. Look. My hair is just gonna be like this because I just took a shower last night and I did air dry it. So this is going to be the video of my skin. So this is going to be my video for daily makeup routine for the winter. And I hope you enjoy this video, guys. And it looks really simple, but I hope you got a little bit for yourself, you know, from this video. And I hope that it helps you a little bit just to give you how to do your makeup for winter. And I just want to show you mine because we all want to share in this community. So anyway, I hope you have fun, and I will see you again on my next video. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and let's be friends, and please follow me on my other social media. So anyway, guys, thank you for giving me a little bit of your time, and I'll see you later. Bye, guys.